The top stories tonight: straw pledges to match federal allocations for irrigation needs of Stumbin paddy cultivation. Over 10,000 hectares of land to be identified for paddy cultivation. KPWKM allocates 11.5 million ringgit for HPV DNA tests. Hardcore poor list in e-Kasih goes through Reverification process. MEITD committed to bridging urban and rural education gap. Good evening. The Sarawak government has pledged to match any allocation given by the federal government to cover the cost of developing irrigation needs with regards to the paddy cultivation efforts in Tanjung Bijat, Stumbin, Lingga. According to Sarawak Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, he has requested the allocations in a recent meeting with Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Datuk Sri Muhammad Sabu. He explained that in terms of acreage, the size of the Tanjung Bijat Stumbin area is roughly similar to the Muda Agriculture Development Authority, MADA, in Kedah, where MADA was allocated over 1 billion ringgit for development of a similar irrigation project.
So the investment in drainage, irrigation in MADA was about 1 billion over ringgit. So I said the same amount is needed in Stumbin area. But now it's a follow-up. But we are ready to give. I promise him 1-to-1. If you give 500 million, we give 500 million.
So 1 billion, 1 billion.
Kalau 1 billion, I will give 1 billion. Because then we can also explore the possibility of the other areas. Yeah, about Stumbin aja.
Ya, Stumbin.
But you have our Semunyan, we have our Lunduk.
Stumbin only 1 billion kan?
Yes, because of the huge area. Tanjung Bijat, Stumbin, Lingga.
He said this when met by reporters after officiating the second regional conference on agrobiodiversity conservation and sustainable utilization, RAC2 2024 in Kuching on Tuesday. Earlier in his speech, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari said that he has approved allocations for the Sarawak Ministry of Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development, M5 Court, led by its Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Stephen Rudy Utom, to invest in irrigation projects for paddy cultivation efforts. He explained that this will ensure that Sarawak becomes self-sufficient in terms of rice production in the future.
Dan saya dengan Dr. Rundi, kita nak identify 10,000 hektar untuk mengeluarkan padi dan dijangkakan lebih kurang 240,000 metrik tan satu tahun. Therefore, Sarawak be self-sufficient in rice. Kalau Sarawak ada lagi tanah, kita bangun di kawasan Dr. Rahman ni di utara, di Lembang Lawas. This one excluding smallholders. Bermakna mungkin kita boleh mengeluarkan 400 to 500 metric tons of rice yang lebih kita kongsi dengan rakan kita di semenanjung Malaysia. Malaysia can be self-sufficient.
The government, through the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, KPWKM, has allocated funds amounting to 11.5 million ringgit with a target of 57,000 women participating in the subsidized mammogram test program and cervical cancer screening program or HPV DNA test. Its Minister, Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri, said the health screening initiative through the Women's Reproductive Cancer Awareness Campaign, WCARE, is to ensure that women can be holistically empowered. She explained that women will be provided with HPV DNA test kits and they can take samples using the sampling method themselves or with the help of nurses at clinics. According to her, the HPV DNA test screening is given free of charge to eligible women. She said this while officiating the Wanita Dynamic KWPKM program at the Sri Aman Civic Center on Monday. Meanwhile, Dato Sri Nancy congratulated the 450 participants who were selected be involved in the program. She said this program was inspired to bring women to rise from difficulties and be able to generate income while elevating the economy of their families. The list of hardcore poor in the e-Kasih database, totaling 17,482 individuals in Sarawak, will go through a reverification process. Sarawak Minister for Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Dato' Sri Fatimah Abdullah said this process will involve an expected 50% of the nominees to be removed from Sarawak's latest list. According to her, the effort will be implemented comprehensively, including in the Dalat district, which recorded 303 heads of households (KIR) in extreme poverty and 1,202 poor KIR. She said this during the Mukah Division Santuni Community (POSCOM) outreach program and the launch of the Sarawak POSCOM logo held at Oya Square on Monday. Meanwhile, Dato' Sri Fatimah said that the outreach program is expected to deliver accurate, fast, and latest information from the Sarawak Social Welfare Department, JKMS.
Program ini, komiti akan dapat maklumat yang tepat, kemudian cepat dan terbaru daripada Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat.
The Dalat Assemblywoman said that the process will involve the establishment of a task force consisting of staff as well as the implementation of existing programs with a more comprehensive strategy to achieve the set targets. The Sarawak Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development (MEITD) is committed to bridging the education gap between urban and rural areas in Sarawak. Its minister, Dato' Sri Roland Sagawi said in that effort, MEITD and Swinburne University of Technology will work with the Hornbill Foundation to provide Forms 1 to 5 tuition classes in 9 schools in Baram for the next 5 years.
This initiative will significantly benefit rural students, ensuring they have the resources and support needed to excel academically.
He said this while officiating the Raspberry Pi 2024 inauguration ceremony and the certificate presentation at Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus in Kuching on Tuesday. For the record, educators in Sarawak who participate in Raspberry Pi programs such as Scratch and Python have successfully passed various levels, where this year they will be involved in Level D, focusing on project-based learning to encourage group projects in the classroom. And that's the English edition with me, Nicholas Zechariah. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. A montage of the Regional Conference on Agrobiodiversity Conservation and Sustainable Utilization 2024 concludes the bulletin tonight. #Salaran Info Masjid Rakyat. Have a good night.